ओ नमो नमः. गीताभ्यासे 3-41 तस्मात् त्वमिन्द्रियाण्यादौ to 3-43 एवं बुद्धेः परं बुद्ध्वा. A study by S.L. Abhyankar, Mumbai. It would be good to begin every session of Gita Abhyasa with recitation of Gita Dhyanam and Dinamana Vakyam. Om Parthaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam Vyasena Grathitam Purana Munina Madhye Mahabharatam Advaitamrutavarshiniim Bhagavatim Ashtadashadhyayinim Amba Tvamanusandathami Bhagavad Gite Bhavadveshinim. Om Shri Paramatmane Namaha. Tasmat Tvamindriyanyadau niyamya bharatarshava Papmanam prajahiyyenam jnana vijnana nashanam Indriyani paranyahurindriyebhyah param manaha Manasastu para buddhiryo buddheh paratastu saha Evam buddheh param buddhva samstabhyatmanam atmana Jahishatrum mahabaho kamarupam durasadam. Om Tatsaditi Srimad Bhagavad Gita Supanishatsu Brahma Vidyayam Yoga Shastre Shri Krishna Arjuna Samvade Karma Yogo Nama Tritiyo Dhyayah. Padachede. Tasmat tvam indriyani adau niyamya bharatarshava Papmanam prajahi yenam hi enam jnana vijnana nashanam Indriyani parani ahu Indriyebhyah param manaha Manasaha tu para buddhi yo buddhe yah buddhe paratah tu saha Evam buddhe param buddhva samstabhya atmanam atmana jahi shatrum mahabaho kamarupam durasadam. Om Tatsat iti Srimad Bhagavad Gitasu Upanishatsu Brahma Vidyayam Yoga Shastre Shri Krishna Arjuna Samvade Karma Yogaha Nama Tritiyaha Adhyayah. Vakyamshashah Padabhyasaha Anvayarthasya. Bharatarshava Tasmat tvam adau indriyani niyamya Enam papmanam jnana vijnana nashanam prajahihi Munayaha ahuhu Indriyani parani Manaha indriyebhyaha param Buddhihi tu manasah para Ya buddhehe paratah sahatu paramaha Evam buddhehe param buddhva Atmanam atmana samstabhya Mahabaho Kamarupam durasadam shatrum jahi. Om Tatsat iti Srimad Bhagavad Gitasu Upanishatsu Brahma Vidyayam Yoga Shastre Shri Krishna Arjuna Samvade Karma Yogaha Nama Tritiyaha Adhyayah. There are following Vakyamshaha. Bharatarshava Tasmat tvam adau indriyani niyamya. Bharatarshava Bharate Bharatavamshe Rushabhaha iva iti Bharatarshava. Atra Sambodhanam Ekvachanam. Tasmat Tat Sarvanama Pullingam Napusakalingam va Panchami Ekvachanam. Tvam Yushmat Sarvanama Prathama Ekvachanam. Adau Adi Visheshanam Prayaha Pullingam Saptami Ekvachanam. Indriyani Indriya Napusakalingam Dvitiya Bahuvachanam. Niyamya Ni plus yam iti dhatuhu tasya lyabantam niyamya. Enam papmanam jnana vijnana nashanam prajahi hi. Enam etat sarvanama pullingam dvitiya ekvachanam. Papmanam papman visheshanam pullingam dvitiya ekvachanam. Papman hurtful, injurious. Jnana vijnana nashanam Jnanam cha vijnanam cha iti jnana vijnane. Iteretar dvandvaha. Tayoho nashanaha ज्ञान विज्ञान नाशनः षष्ठी तत्पुरुषः नाशन एडजेक्टिव नश निच ल्यूट and nashani feminine destroying causing to perish removing usually used in compounds प्रजहि प्र प्लस हन इति धातुः नोट जहि is लोट लकारः परस्मैपदं मध्यम पुरुषः एकवचनम् of हन हनं हिंसागत्योः to kill to destroy to go अदादिः द्वितीयगणीयः परस्मैपदी सकर्मकः अनिट ही अव्ययम never used at the beginning of a sentence. It has the following senses: for, because, expressing a strict or logical reason. अग्निरिह अस्ति धूमो हि दृश्यते. Indeed, surely, देव यो प्रयोग प्रधानम भी नाट्यशास्त्रम. For instance, as is well known, प्रजानामेव भूत्यर्थ्य सताभ्यो बलिमग्रहीत सहस्रगुणमुत्सृष्टम आदत्तैहि रसम रविः. Only, alone, to emphasize an idea. Mudho hi madanena ayasyate. Sometimes it is used merely as an expletive. Munayah ahu indriyani parani. Munayah muni pullingam prathama bahuvachanam. Man in utcha, a sage, a holy man, saint, devotee, an ascetic. Ahuhu, bru, parasmaipadam, लट लकारः प्रथम पुरुषः बहुवचनम्. इंद्रियाणि इंद्रिय नपुंसकलिंगम द्वितीया बहुवचनम्. पराणि पर एडजेक्टिव प्रु भावे अप कर्तरि अच्वा declined optionally like a pronoun in nominative, vocative, plural and ablative and locative singular when it denotes relative position. There are many different meanings given. The appropriate meaning seems to be higher, superior or subsequent, following, next to. In fact, for the meaning higher, superior, the same example is given from this shloka. Indriyani parandyahu indriyebhyah param manah. So, the applicable meaning here is higher, superior. Manaha indriyebhyah param. Manaha, manas, napusakalingam, prathama ekvachanam. Indriyebhyah, indriya, napusakalingam, panchami, bahuvachanam. Param, para, visheshana, napusakalingam, as explained above. Buddhi tu manasa para. Manasaha, manas, napusakalingam, panchami, ekvachanam. Para, पर विशेषणम स्त्रीलिंगी प्रथमा एकवचनम. यह बुद्धेः परतः सः तु सः परमः. बुद्धेः बुद्धि स्त्रीलिंगम पंचमी एकवचनम अथवा षष्ठी एकवचनम. बिकॉज हियर परतः which takes more the fifth case, so we should take buddheः as पंचमी एकवचनम. परतः indeclinable. Further, more than, beyond, after, over, often with ablative. See here. So, buddheः has to be taken as ablative, that is panchami ekvachanam. And same example is given. Yo buddheः pratastu saha. Evam buddheः param buddhva. Buddhva, buddhtva. Buddh, buddhang avagamane. To know, to understand, to be awakened with knowledge. To be restored to senses. Bhadi, Prathamagadiyaha Parasmaipadi Sakarmakaha said. Or Buddh, Buddhir, Bodhane, to know, to understand, to be awakened with knowledge. Meanings are almost the same, except that Buddh, Buddhang Avagamane is Bhadihi Parasmaipadi, whereas Buddh, Buddhir, Bodhane is Prathamagadiyaha Bhadihi Uphaipadi. And Buddh also is Buddhang Avagamane Divadihi. Meaning is the same, to know, to understand. Divadihi, that is Chaturthaganiyaha Atmanepadi. Atmanam, Atmana Samstabhya. आत्मानम आत्मन पुल्लिंगम द्वितीया एकवचनम, आत्मना आत्मन पुल्लिंगम तृतीया एकवचनम, संस्तभ्य सम प्लस स्तंभ तस्य लेबंतम स्तंभ इष्टभिं प्रतिबंधे, टू स्टॉप, टू हिंडर, टू बिकम स्टिफ, टू पैरालाइज, टू फिक्स फर्मली. भ्वादिः प्रथमगणीयः आत्मनेपदी सकर्मकः सेट. ऑल्सो स्तंभ स्तंभुं रोदने स्तंभने च meanings are similar. And स्तंभ स्तंभुं is क्रियादिः नवम गणीयः परस्मैपदी सकर्मकः सेट. The प्रथम गणीयः is आत्मनेपदी, नवम गणीयः is परस्मैपदी. Here the appropriate meaning seems to be to fix firmly. महाबाहो कामरूपम दुरासदम शत्रुम जहि. महाबाहो महाबाहु पुल्लिंगम संबोधनम एकवचनम. महान्तौ बाहु यस्य सः महाबाहु बहुव्रीहि. महत् एडजेक्टिव, मह अति. कंपैरेटिव इज महीयस, सुपरलेटिव महिष्ठ. नॉमिनेटिव ऑफ महत् इज in pullingam is mahan mahantau mahantah. Accusative plural mahatah. Great, big, large, huge, vast. There are many examples given. And many different meanings are also given. 8, 9, 10, 11. Important point to note, here in the note it is mentioned Mahat as the first member of a Tatpurush compound, and a few other cases remains unchanged. While in Karmadhara and Bahuvrihi, and here it is Bahuvrihi compound, it is changed to Maha. So that is why Mahabahu. Kamarupam, Kamarupa, adjective, taking any form at will. Janami tvam prakriti purusham kamarupam makunaha. This is from Meghaduta. The first meaning is by deciphering kamarupa as yatha kamam rupam yasya saha, taking any form at will. The second meaning, pleasing, beautiful, is by deciphering kamah bhavati yasma tadrupam yasya saha kamarupa, one which excites kama, desire. The meaning here is by deciphering kamaha eva rupam yasya saha kamarupa. Durasadam, durasada, visheshanam, dvitiya ekvachanam, dushkaraha asadaha yasya saha. Shabdakalpadrume, durasadaha, 3, that is visheshanam, dukkhena asadyate iti. Dur plus a plus sad. Ishad dussushviti 3.3.126. This is the sutra in Ashtadhyay. Iti khal dushprapya, that is the meaning. Durasada, adjective, difficult to be approached or overtaken. And there are many other meanings. The fifth meaning given is difficult to be conquered, unassailable, unconquerable. And the example given is of this same shloka. Jahi Shatrum Mahabaho Kamarupam Durasadam. Shatrum, Shatru, Pullingam Dvitiya Ekvachanam. This is from Dhatu Shad and Pratyaya Trun. An overthrower, a destroyer, conqueror, an enemy, a foe, an adversary, which is the usual meaning. I also got the details of the meanings of Dhatu Shad. Shalrung Shatane, to perish, to fall, to wither. That is Bhadihi Prathamganiyaha Parasmepadi. Shad Dhatu also is Shadrung Shatane, to go, to lose energy, to move, to be sad. That is Tudadihi Shashtamganiyaha Parasmepadi. Saramshataha, overall meaning. Bharatarshava Tasmat Tvam Adau Indriyani Niyamya. A Arjuna, preeminent in Bharata lineage, you first keep your organs under control. Enam papmanam jnana vijnana nashanam prajaihi. Annihilate this sinful destroyer of intellect and discretion. intellect jnana, discretion vijnana, nashanam destroy. Munayah ahu indriyani parani. The sages say that the organs are not worthy of calling your own, that is, not worthy of satisfying their urges. Although the meaning of para earlier discussed was superior, but I think the meaning here, not worthy of calling your own. Para is your own, and parani is not worthy of calling your own. That is not worthy of satisfying their urges. Manaha indriyebhyah param. The mind is not your own, more distantly than the organs. Buddhi tu manasa para. Intellect is not your own, even further than mind. So I am taking the meaning of para as not your own. And in that order, indriyani parani. Manaha indriyabhyah param. And buddhi tu manasa para, not your own. Ya buddhe parataha saha tu saha paramah. He who is further than intellect is the ultimate one. Evam buddhe param buddhva. This way, by being studious of the one that is further than intellect, atmanam atmana samstabhya, steadying oneself by oneself, mahabaho kamarupam durasadam shatrum jahi. A Arjuna, you with large arms, vanquish this desiresome enemy, though he is not easy to defeat. Om Tat Sat. These three words make a triplet and together make a closing invocation. In 17-23, shloka in the 17th chapter, it reads, Om Tat Sat iti nirdesha brahmanas trivida smrutaha. So, Om Tat Sat is a triad of the diktat of Brahman, nirdesha of Brahman. The significance of Om, Tat and Sat is further detailed in 17-24, 17-25 and 17-26 to 17-27 respectively. It would be good to study all that when studying the shloka 17-23 to 17-27. Iti Srimad Bhagavad Gitasu Upanishadsu Brahma Vidyayam Yoga Shastre Sri Krishnarjuna Samvade Karma Yoga Nama Tritiya Adhyaya. This Samapana Vakyam, closing declaration, is there at the end of every adhyaya. Of course, the phrase that changes, and here it is Karma Yoga Nama Tritiya Adhyaya. This phrase declares the central theme of the particular adhyaya. The theme of Tritiya Adhyaya is Karma Yoga. Since the theme is declared in the Samapana Vakyam, I would call it as the theme and not the title. Such declaration of the theme in the Samapana Vakyam really prompts one to review for oneself whether one studied this Tritiya Adhyaya with the focus, that is the central theme being Karma Yoga. That we need to review for ourselves. Chando Vishleshana. Tasma Atmindriyanyadau Ashtaksharaणि Indriyanya Etesham Matraha Eka Dve Dve Niyamya Bharatarshava Ashtaksharaणि Ratarsh Etesham Matraha Eka Dve Eka Papmanam Prajahi Yehenam Ashtaksharaणि Jahi Ye Etesham Matraha Eka Dve Dve Jnana Vijnana Nashanam Ashtaksharaणि Nanash Etesham Matraha Eka Dve Eka. So, Anushtup Chandaha in 3-41. Indriyani Paranyahu Ashtakshani Paranya Etesham Matraha Eka Dve Dve Rindriyebhya Paramanaha Ashtakshani Paramma Etesham Matraha Eka Dve Eka Manasastu Para Buddhir Ashtakshani Para Buddhi Etesham Matraha Eka Dve Dve Yo Buddhe Parataha Tu Saha Ashtakshani Ratastu Etesham Matraha eka, dve, eka. Anushtup Chandah in 3-42 also. एवं बुद्धेः परं बुद्ध्वा अष्टाक्षराणि परं बुद्ध्वा एतेषां मात्राः एका द्वे द्वे संस्तभ्यात्मानमात्मना अष्टाक्षराणि नमात्म एतेषां मात्राः एका द्वे एका जयः शत्रुं महाबाहो अष्टाक्षराणि महाबा एतेषां मात्राः एका द्वे द्वे कामरूपं दुरासदम् अष्टाक्षराणि दुरास एतेषां मात्राः एका द्वे एका अनुष्टुप् चन्द्रः again in 3-43 also. Swadhyayah, notes of self-study. The conclusion of the study of the previous 4 shlokaha was that Kamayesha Krodayesha is like a virus, spreads very fast and engulfs. So, I had also mentioned, let us see what remedial and preventive actions are recommended. In these 3 shlokaha, the recommendation is to vanquish this enemy, Kamayesha Krodesha. There is also the caution that this enemy is difficult to defeat, Durasadam. To nip the enemy in the bud, one needs to note its areas of influence and its modus operandi, which was detailed as Indriya Mano Buddhirasya Adhishthana Uchyate. That is its area of influence. Indriyani Mano Buddhi. Etari Vimohayatyesha modus operandi. Jnanama Avrutya Dehinam. The enemy is better defeated on its home ground. What the sages do is to keep social distancing from the susceptible areas. Indriyani Mano Buddhi. Treating them as Parani. Indriyani. Param Manaha. Parabuddhi. Another interpretation of these phrases are that organs are Parani, are difficult to rein in. The mind Manaha is Param, even more difficult. Intellect Buddhi is Para, more difficult to control than mind. But yet, because the enemy has to be defeated on its home ground, we have to get control over Indriyani, Manaha, Buddhi. This is a psychological warfare, which is better fought Buddhehe Parataha, from higher psychological and intellectual level. Even in physical combat, the military strategy is to pounce on the enemy from a higher strata. So, we should get to a higher level, psychologically, intellectually. The strategy mentioned here is Buddhehe Param Buddhva, Atmanam Atmana Samstabhya, Kamarupam Durasadam Shatrum Jahi. The word-wise meaning has been studied, but the advocacy is certainly very difficult to practice. It would need quite some sadhana, especially to keep oneself steadfast against all allusions, small and big, and control all thoughts and distractions coming to the mind. This Karma Yoga Nama Tritiya Adhyaya ends here. The strategy mentioned is Buddhehe Param Buddhva Atmanam Atmana Samstabhya. Seems to be one of taking the intellect to higher, rather to the highest level. So the name or title as Karma Yoga has a point of debate and discussion, and would merit deeper deliberation, maybe with the study of different commentaries, especially Shankar Bhashyam of Adi Shankaracharya and Gita Rahasyam of Lokmanya Tilak. Below are excerpts from Gita Rahasya of Lokmanya Tilak. For Shloka 41, the translation given is, therefore, O most excellent Bharata, first control the senses and destroy this sinner who is the destroyer of Jnanam, spiritual knowledge, and Vijnanam, specified knowledge. 42. It is said that the senses, which know material external objects as they experience them, are Parani, that is beyond. The mind is beyond the senses. The Vyavasayatmika, that is discerning reason, is beyond the mind, and it, the Atman, is beyond the reason. For Shloka 43, O mighty armed Arjuna, thus realizing that which is beyond the reason and controlling yourself by yourself, destroy this enemy which is difficult to conquer, this enemy in the shape of desire. In addition to the translation of the three verses as above, Lokmanya Tilak adds more comments. In order that a person should be able to perform all actions according to his own religion and for universal welfare, having got rid of attachment, asakti, in the shape of desire, one must have perfect control over his senses. And that is the only control over the senses which is meant here. The Gita does not say that one should forcibly kill the senses and give up all action. See Gita Rahasya chapter 5, page 153. The stanza Indriyani Paranyahu etc. above 342 is from the Kathopanishad. And I have shown in the Gita Rahasya that 4 or 5 other stanzas have been taken into the Gita, see appendix page 741, from the Kathopanishad. The purpose of the senses is to collect the impressions of the external world, and after the mind has coordinated them, the reason distinguishes between them, and the Atman, self, is beyond all these and different from all this. This is, in short, the summary of the science of the body and the Atman. See the exhaustive consideration of its subject matter at the end of chapter 6 of the Gita Rahasya. As I have exhaustively considered in the 10th chapter of the Gita Rahasya, the moot question relating to the doctrine of causality, karma vipaka, such as how a man is incited to a particular act as a result of the emotions of desire, anger, etc., notwithstanding that he may not wish to perform it, or how a man finds out a way even out of his situation by means of sense control, as he has freedom of will. I shall not take up space by repeating the same subject matter here. The question of the control of the senses has been considered later in chapter 6 of the Gita. As can be seen, Lokmanya Tilak has made reference to chapter number 6, that is Adhidevata Paksha Kshetra Kshetrajna Vichar, and chapter 10, Karma Vipaka wa Atma Swatantriya. To these 2 out of his 15 essays or chapters, which is the most important section in his Gita Rahasya. One can say that amongst commentaries on Gita, Lokmanya Tilak was the trendsetter of writing thematic essays, in addition to verse by verse commentary. 2 important commentaries before him, Shankar Bhashyam of the 8th century and Jnaneshwari of the 13th century, are verse by verse commentaries. In the footsteps of Gita Rahasya followed essays on the Gita by Sri Aurobindo, and then Gita as a philosophy of God realization by Gurudev Ranade also had chapters all oriented unto God realization. Somehow the 20th century seems to have been very rich with so many commentaries, rather scholarly studies of Gita, including Gita as Is by Bhaktivedanta Srila Prabhupada. Somehow I do not like this title, which seems to claim that the perception of Gita as propounded by the author is the only valid perception, no other. This smacks of Ahankara, which is the first and foremost vice which Gita abhors. Osho's lectures on just the third chapter are compiled in a 350-page book. Osho's lectures on all 18 chapters is a huge voluminous compilation. There are 2 booklets, Discourses on the Gita and Anasakti Yoga by Mahatma Gandhi. Note, Anasakti may be translated as detachment. This is the self-same perception, similar to the Karma Yoga perception of Lokmanya Tilak. This Anasakti Yoga is self-same perception of Mahatma Gandhi. Karma Yoga perception is of Lokmanya Tilak. There is also Gita Pravachane by Acharya Vinoba, which were also discourses on the Gita, originally delivered in Marathi but translated in many languages. These are discourses are in the style of summary overview, adhyay by adhyay. The Anasakti Yoga by Mahatma Gandhi is also adhyay by adhyay. It's not verse by verse. For a serious student of Gita, there is so much of study material available. What all I have mentioned is Osho's books, then Gita as is by Bhaktivedanta Srila Prabhupada, Gita Rahasya, Lokman Tilak, Gurudev Ranade's Philosophy of God Realization, Shankar Bhashyam, Jnaneshwari. So much of material to study. For a serious student of Gita, there is so much study material available, and yet a student like me thinks it fit to do an independent study, wanting to understand the grammar and even etymology of the Sanskrit words in the original text. This independent study also is certainly very much self-satisfying. Funnily, it appears to be also never-ending. Nevertheless, it is also satisfying that as of date, there are 800 plus subscribers of my YouTube channel, who I assume are happy joining with me in this study. My study has of course been verse by verse. Now it comes to mind that it would be interesting to also make a summary overview, a summary review, rather Simhavalokanam of every adhyaya. Maybe I shall attempt that especially for this Trutiyodhyaya, Karma Yoga, or maybe it would be good to attempt Simhavalokanam of entire Gita, where the chapter 16 or 14, Gitadhyaya Sangati in Gita Rahasya by Lokman Tilak may come handy. Shubhamastu.